I just want to show this just real quick, just real quick. Testing the new Dragon Blood. Let's test these nerfs Exos heroes. This is my video. This is when I collabed pretty much with Tachi. Me and Tachi were on Discord testing out a bunch of things. This was literally a month ago. And in this video, we found out that when you enter the battle, that is how Wrath scales, and the same thing with Dragon scale. It just goes off based off that number. Now they said specifically that they were going to be doing changes to certain things, and now today we finally have exactly what those changes are. Well, some of them anyway. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and today's video has the ability to see the future, is actually better than your grandmom's cooking, and is 100% MFO. I just realized that the 7.19 Exos Heroes update was actually just dropped, and I'm like, woo! Thank God. Mostly because of Zenos. I think he posted a video, and once I saw it, I was like, wait, there's more news? I was like, what the f? Let me go look at where the news is coming from. I didn't want to finish watching his video because I don't like watching fully people's videos that's gonna jade my opinion on something. But when I started reading through it, I was like, wait a minute. They're changing how Wrath and Dragon scale works, and that's pretty amazing. So they're pretty much saying that tomorrow we're going to be getting a patch on the 19th going into the 20th. The times are weird, but pretty much. By the way, guys, I don't know if you know this, is a little tricky trick that I like to do. When there's going to be maintenance, take all of your Levi stones, or as much as you can, and just dump it into your account, and then go on smart exploration. It actually will explore while the maintenance is going down, because I think the maintenance just does a tally of like the time frame, but it's a really cool thing. So like when the maintenance goes on for like hours sometimes, and you're like, I can't play the game, I want a refund, give me my clock compensation. You actually can at least be getting possible holy water. I just dropped the video, and I'm already doing another video because I saw that in my news feed, and that's the benefit of following. If you're an Exos Heroes content creator, follow other Exos Heroes content creator. They might spark you up. You might see something that they're talking about you, but ooh, wait a minute, I didn't even know that was even happening. Especially news based. Like obviously you don't want to steal people's ideas or anything of that nature. Be like, oh look, that looks like a good. Wow, that mathematical breakdown. Let me take that mathematical breakdown. But what you definitely want to at least be when it comes down to updates, you want to be on top of things. You want to know, be either on follow a bunch of content creators, or hit the Reddit, or have a Discord. If you're a content creator, make a Discord and people will let you know. So I like to be upfront if I get information from somewhere. So I got it from Zeno's video popping up on my feed about a July 19th update. So always like to be transparent about stuff like that. Now here we go, hero skill based change. Now a lot of this stuff is going back to in that Facebook update where they said that they were going to start changing stuff from, as you see, basic health from current health. What this means is just, and I can scroll down even further, basic attack, basic defense. Oh my god, spoils. But pretty much what they're saying is that they're changing the things from it being a static number when you enter a fight into being able to be manipulated through means. What does that mean? So as they're saying, current health, the characters that have stuff that based itself on current health, or sorry, basic health before, Vagabond, the Vanguard passive pretty much is what they're saying. Fergie's Fantastic Time, Iris's Origin of Protection, and the Elite Soldier of You're Never Gonna Use Them. But they just listed all of them that have the Vanguard passive as well. So what does this mean? That means that if you're able to manipulate HP in the midst of the fight, during the fight, or anything of that nature, guess what? It's gonna be a better shield than if it just stayed stagnant at that HP. It's gonna scale off that HP. Now, there are a couple of characters. I don't think that there's any other character that gives you necessarily an HP buff. There are characters that buff their own HP, like let's go into game. Journal. There's one character that I know I can always count on. Where are you, buddy cakes? Luke with the nuke. If you look at Shield of Loyalty, he has a way to increase own maximum health. Like any skill that kind of does something similar to that, or if you were able to project that, like Share Health, he projects to other characters, but he has a way to increase maximum health. Other characters that do that, I think, are only through passive, so you'd have to go with, I think, Bathory. If I can remember correctly, I think she increases HP. Where is she? She's Path. Where is Past? Forgotten Memory. Duh. there she is, a baby boo. So she has a way to increase the HP, if I'm not mistaken. There it is. Himalava increases health of all allies except self by 20%. So that would increase. That would be a more further. That would be better to even have with you know, Rudley and the characters that they mentioned, because they have skills that have some type of scaling with HP. This is a beautiful thing, like really beautiful thing. And then let me just go over the Garf. I don't think this Garf thing, I know obviously he gives out Vanguard, but well, he gives out command, sorry, but look, it increases defense and health of those targets. So even his command, giving the command to other targets, will be giving out more HP, making those things even better. And then the barrier will, I don't think that has any triggered when 70% or more HP is taken at once. Can I be removed? Oh yeah, that's just damage reduction stuff. That has nothing to do with it. So you have Bathory that gives out HP, and you also have Garf with command that gives out HP. So pretty cool. And when they talk about Rudley, right, pretty much when he does a skill, he gets a barrier based on his max HP, which now we can see can be adjusted mid-match. So pretty good. That's obviously pretty awesome. Also, if you guys want to know where I found this, announcements, and then you just scroll down and it's here. Awesome. It's kind of crazy that they're buffing, technically buffing Iris, right? If there's a way to, if you have those characters that are gonna boost her HP, she's gonna give a fat shield, like a really fat shield, removes debuffs, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and gives 1 mana. She's gonna be ridiculous with this type of buff, especially because a lot of people have FC Bathory. You're gonna see her on a lot of teams, especially if the summer skin thing is phenomenal. So like, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be huge. The next one is gonna be Raph, and as I said in that video, I specifically was testing out a character, Emma. Emma actually is one of the characters that does have an attack decrease ability. So these Raph counters are strong and strong and strong. They're so strong, right? And we were trying to test, well, what if you just lowered their attack? And we saw that before it didn't work. So that's how we first found out that it doesn't scale. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. The only thing you can do is increase your defense technically on your end to take less damage from the Raph counter. So now you can actually interact with it, which is what I was kind of wanting from the get-go. I wanted this a month ago, which kind of scares me. Are they watching my videos? Are they watching my videos? I mean, it could have been other people that complained about the same thing too, but I feel like no one knew how it worked. They just assumed it just did a buttload of damage. That's why Maggie is like one of the most, like, does the most damage, or in my opinion, the most damage. Her Raph counter is ridiculously high. Xeon's is pretty high too, but Xeon doesn't have mana utilization or anything like that. Now, mana utilization, so now Maggie will definitely be one of the higher attack. Her Raph counter will technically be very strong because she'll be getting attacked throughout the fight. So you have to be really careful attacking into her. Or now you will actually be able to see possible counters to this. This is really good for the game, guys. I don't think that people really understand how awesome this is. That now you can manipulate the Dragon Blood. Like, Dragon Blood, it sucks. I think I just said in my last video, 30 days to get the Dragon Bloods, and by the time I knew that they'd probably be nerfed to fuck. But I mean, it's not really nerf. It's just it invites counterplay. Like, this is just invites counterplay. Now, are you gonna specifically go out and build a attack defense decreasing unit? Maybe not so much, but it invites it to the meta. And there are ways to lower characters' attacks, and then you would have ways to like, oh, now I need to bring a cleanser. And I've been speaking about this for a while now, that it adds variety into the game. Like, now, instead of possibly avoiding Xeon for 18 years, I can lower his defense, which will actually lower the dragon scale, which is now also in the game. So if I have a character that can lower attack and lower defense, I can actually reasonably fight against a Dragon Blood character, even if it's solo. So now if a Dragon Blood character is solo, all you have to do is find characters, which we'll do in another video. I'll do a follow-up when the patch actually hits live, and we'll go back and we'll test the nerfs again. Because these are technically nerfs, but again, they are also buffs. There are attack people, there are characters that do attack increase. Like, I don't fucking know. They just did a whole summer increase event. Well, not summer increase event, but the summer festa characters have a way to give a 50% attack buff. Yeah, you're gonna fucking die if you let Maggie have a 50% attack buff and all these other characters. And then on top of that, you don't have to worry about getting Dragon Blood fucked in the back because your attack is much higher, and then possibly the defense on your team is better because you're running a defense buffer. Like, this is huge. This is huge. Obelia is a character that I saw before because she gives an AoE defense buff, and she also lowers attack. She might become god tier. She herself might be the framework of of literally how to use Dragon Blood on your team, because not only will she buff your defense for your dragon scale shenanigans, she'll also lower their attack so their wrath counter does doo-doo butter. She's going to be ridiculous. And yes, her defense buff and attack buff scale off her attack and defense. So you can possibly reasonably give her an attack buff, and then when she attack breaks them, it's a fatter attack. The possibilities is ridiculous. I'm super excited about this, and I think a lot of you guys should be too. This shows that they're listening. This is the proper way to balance. This is not nerfing. It is a proper way to balance the game by giving people options, not by fucking the character. What they could have did was the barrier only lasts for 5 turns and then doesn't respawn for a round. That just fucks them, and it would have fucked them for PvP. You know how this is cool? Because if you still need to use it in PvP, a lot of things don't lower your attack and a lot of things don't lower your defense. And we're gonna go down a little bit further down here. Oh wait, okay, I skimmed over this because I know that it talks about the dragon, the holy dragon grounds, and that the fact that now they don't attack, mess with your attack and defense. Reason being is because they synergized it with the Dragon Blood balancing, is that they didn't want to pretty much make your wrath counters doo-doo butter. So they still want you to use these characters in PvE, which is what they're intended to be used for, to be honest. They're mostly PvE units, so they're kind of nerfing them slightly in PvP where you should be able to interact with them. So I think that, again, that's awesome. So let me go back up here because I definitely skipped. I generally don't care about the blue the blue fake core. Maybe they'll put the words in my mouth. So this one I actually have to read a little bit because I skipped over it. Oh, that's not even the blue fake core. That's the PvP oriented one. Oh yeah, so now his heal is scaling off, not his basic 25% of basic attack is based off of his scaling attack. So that's just it's just them cleaning up. And as you can see, that's pretty good. They're cleaning up how this works. Also, it looks like they're changing block. That is, again, now it's not off the, it says current attack, but they're probably just letting us know that it probably didn't scale properly. It probably didn't work that way. And again, off own maximum health, off current maximum health. Like, they're just cleaning up, and they actually need to do that a lot with a lot of the translations in the game. So this is good. This is overall a goody good. And as you can see, I've said this before, look how excited I am. When a game does good, you gotta just, like, I wouldn't normally drop, and I'm being honest, it's not smart for my other video to drop another video so close in proximity to each other. You don't usually want to do that. You want to let that video get a couple of hours and then drop another video a little bit later so people have time to watch that one. And then now that they cool down, they've done a lot of things, and oh look, a video 5, 6, 7 hours later. But I can't help myself. This is ridiculously good, man. This is all it takes to get positivity flowing through the community, is when you do good. And when you do slightly bad or really bad, you're gonna get the thing. Also, can I highlight this? No, I can't because it's on the emulator. The dragon, like a lot of us have been concerned. The daily entry has been changed from 3 times to 1 per day, right? The compensation quantity increased by 3 times from the previous. So not only are they making the dragon easier, and yes, I'm speaking on it being about Dragon Bloods, right? But the fact that they also aren't lowering your attack, because look here, it's decreases the attack, defense, and health of heroes that are different from the Born Dragon, the elemental days, right? Now it's just decrease the health. So your attack and defense on characters that you could pretty much utilize your best Dragon Knight units on those days. Not the Dragon Hunters, because those are for the weekend. But now you can just utilize the best that you got. Just use the best units that you got. You're not going to be penalized. They'll lose HP, but they should be covered by, you know, the dragon scale, a good dragon scale unit that has decent high defense. You should put in there. This actually is going to allow way better flexibility for the Holy Dragon Grounds, because now you can just use the best units. It almost makes my Holy Dragon Grounds guide, and a lot of our Holy Dragon Dragon Ground guides, kind of stupid, because now you don't need to like be too nitpicky about the days. I mean, decreasing the health is something you do have to be concerned about. You don't want them to just get killed off. We don't know exactly how much health decrease that is. They might have ramped up the health decrease to still punish you, but you still want to follow the elements because you want to break the character through the Guardian Stone system. So you're still gonna want to do that anyway, but it's just interesting. It's more options, and I'm always in favor of options. As you can see here, now they're not decreasing your attack so much anymore. You still get silenced. Let's hit delete here, which is really weird. It's almost as if do you not get silenced anymore? I'm pretty sure you do. We'll see about that. But and then also, like I said, now 3 times. Now what's really good about this is that it's possible that now people are going to start getting higher scores. People might actually more easily get into the 2600 reward tier, and as long as they can do that for 1 run. They don't mention it here, and come here, little secret, little secret. You listening? Even though my mic's here, but my camera's here. But you listening? You listening? If your Dragon Ground run is going like doo-doo, exit the fucking game. It won't take the ticket, and you can literally make sure that 1 run that goes through is the best run. So let's say if you're like me and you know that you're gonna get to 80, right? If I realize that my team is failing for some reason before the 80 mark, I could just turn the fucking game off, exit out if I'm on an emulator, and just do the run again. So if you're trying to get to that 260 and you're realizing that, you know, you're so close to it, you just need a little bit better RNG on the run, go check out Kire Mobile. I'm gonna put a card up here. It's the other way, fuck it. He actually did a really interesting video on about team ordering, about how do you order your teams, and you should definitely check that out. It's very interesting that he pretty much showcased how you should order your teams. But let's say that you were trying to do his video and you fucked it up somehow, you can just X out of the game. Do it again, keep trying until you get something better. I mean, there's not much to do in the game once you finish your dailies anyway, so you might as well just save that for last and have fun and experimenting with some Kiri. I actually don't know how to say, is it Kiri Mobile or Kire? He comments sometimes on my videos, so I'm assuming he'll see this eventually. Hey, what's up, buddy? Anywho, they also changed the Shelter of Avarice, which I can give less of a fucks about, but yeah, decreases the target's health. They're also doing the same thing, removing the attack and defense reduction thing, just so you can have an easier time in those dungeons. So they're making PvE a little bit easier. Some people might argue that you're making the game too easy, it's gonna get boring. I don't know, like PvE eventually becomes farmable for most standard players, and I say standard as in you play every day like I do. You don't have to spend money, or if you spend money, you don't spend it in a wise way, as in buying power. Like, I don't buy power, I buy units. I try to buy the summon. I just want the units, which is power. I'm not stupid. If I were to spend my money to get every unit in the game, I gain a lot of power through that. But I don't buy like Holy Water of the Universes and like stuff like that. Like, I don't spend my money on that shit. But it is interesting to see. I don't think that if you make the PvE like slightly easier, that it's gonna make the game boring. It just encourages the devs to make harder content by making the first stage of the content easier, because it's going to become easier anyway. So just make it that people can catch up. That's what kind of this stuff is. Like, a lot of us are already getting to those stages already. We're already at the point where we're doing this. That's why they're changing the Dragon Grounds from 3 to 1 anyway. People are already able to do 3 runs. They're not doing 3 runs because they really want to, they have to. So if you just make it that it's just 1 and they're getting the same amount of time, you reduce the time frame doing that, and then they can spend time doing other things, even if it's not within your game, like just, I don't know, having a fucking life. You can also maybe they want to help you do that. I do think that this everything in here that I've read so far is amazing. It's great, and I can't wait to see how crazy this scaling is. We definitely need to test out how insane, because there are a couple of defense buffers I think that are in the game. So you can possibly, like, now when you have a character that's unkillable, like an unkillable Dragon Blood, it should be because they have very high defense, and they have a defense buffer in there or something like that. And now defense, we already knew defense breaking was a good thing. Like, you do more damage, but now not only are you going to do more damage, the shield is also going to be shittier. So that it just makes a lot of what we tested worth it, and it still scares me. Are they listening to my? Are they listening to me? I'm not sure. I'm scared. Someone hold me. I don't care if they're listening to me. I think that what do you guys think? Cash Bryan for community manager. What do you guys think? I don't know. I'd probably get myself fired. I say some pretty off the wall shit sometimes, but I'm happy that in my opinion, like I said, I don't think it's just me that's saying this. I think that it's a lot of people in the community have a lot of issues with Dragon Blood. And now if you can run a character, we're gonna have to go through we gotta look through all the characters now and see who can we stick, especially on a tag battle, that can literally counter that and just make sure that the Wrath is not doing anything, or just defense break them early and then just put them to bed. Like and with the upcoming changes of being able to Guardian Stone break, yeah, it's gonna be, the PvP is gonna be evolving in a really positive way. In my opinion, it's gonna be pretty cool. But of course, like, comment, subscribe. Also, let me know what you guys think. What's your UFOs? As you can tell, my MFOs, I'm happy as fuck. But I can see how some people might not like these changes. But if you did, you guys know, feel free to agree or disagree in the comment section below. Just don't be negative Nancy. I was gonna say we fuck those people up, but it kind of sounds wrong because it's like a woman. I don't really condone that. But anywho, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and just remember that every day at the casino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.